Right now at noon, Pittsburgh adds an electric incentive to draw travelers downtown.
Plus, it's a pretty decent day outside. We've got those mostly clear skies, but it is still cold. We'll break down the forecast coming up.
And puts boots on the ground in Ohio nearly 3 weeks after a toxic train derailment.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A fast charging station is finally available for travelers driving through southeast Kansas. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Tanya Bach. Topping our first 7 minutes, electric vehicle owners can now charge up even faster if they stop in downtown Pittsburgh. The first fast charging station in southeast Kansas is now located in the parking area north of the Fox Theater on Broadway. Pittsburgh native and Pitt State alum Kelly Burgess provided the unit. The station is able to charge most electric vehicles in under 2 hours for about $20.
Typically in a house you find what's called a level 2 AC charger. This is actually a level 3 DC fast charger. So it's about 4 times faster than what you'd get in your house. So this has the capability of charging most EVs in about 2 hours, which is perfect to come down here and grab a drink and a burger or your favorite entree and enjoy downtown.
Well, this charging station works with a Switch Energy app, which users can download in their phone. Well, if you're looking for a party of historic proportion, Chanute, Kansas is the place to be. Chanute was founded in 1872 as a railroad hub, and now it's celebrating its 150th anniversary. The city has planned a series of events and activities to mark the milestone. The festivities kick off in July with a block party through the streets of downtown Chanute, showcasing floats, live music, and performances from local groups.
And there'll be people at each of those along Heroes Way talking about the people who made Chanute what it is. We're looking at, we have postcards that show Main Street from the very beginning through this year. And then looking also at different aspects of what it's always been about: agriculture, oil and gas, and other businesses that have grown.
In the late 19th century, Chanute became a hub for the oil industry as oil was discovered in the area. Well, we are getting a little bit cooler today, unfortunately. Our warm weather is behind us, but for how much longer? Let's join Chris.
Yeah, thankfully, the warm weather is behind us for just a little bit before we'll start to see it warm up again. All right, 7th and Rangeline, looking pretty good with those fair skies out there. Mostly clear on the MoDOT camera at 32nd and Rangeline. A few stray clouds out there. Otherwise, we've had plentiful sunshine, but not enough to really take us up like what we saw yesterday. Starting yesterday at 41, made it up to 68. Now, we did reach that early. It got cool once the rain moved through, but it still was in the 50s and 60s through the afternoon. Nowhere near our records, but not quite around the averages either. And today, the other side of that coin, as we're at 24 in Yates Center, 23 Iola, 27 Pittsburgh, 30 Miami, 32 Neosho, and we are sitting at 30 in Joplin. So here's a look at what that means from yesterday. This morning, we were upwards of almost 50 degrees colder than what we were yesterday morning. Now, we've improved a little bit, I guess you could say. Now we're only about 20 to 40 degrees cooler than where we were 24 hours ago. Here's a look at what we are keeping an eye on. We've got the plentiful sunshine today, but as you're already aware, it is much colder. It will start to warm up as we head into the weekend. We've only got a couple of days of that cold weather here, and we're still watching some storm chances Sunday night into early Monday morning. We'll talk more about those storm chances here in just a little bit as well. So we'll tell you when the temperatures are going to warm up, and we'll talk about those incoming rain chances here in just a few minutes. Tanya?
All right, thanks, Chris. A massive winter storm is sweeping across the country, threatening 76 million people in 26 states. So far, the upper Midwest is getting the worst of it. Parts of Minnesota are looking at up to 18 inches of snow. Christina Raffini has the latest from Minneapolis.
In Owatonna, Minnesota, blizzard conditions forced a big rig off the highway and caused more than 100 crashes across the state, prompting this warning from officials.
If at all possible, avoid travel the next few days.
In Moorcraft, Wyoming, a similar scene as a semi skidded off the road. The February front stranded thousands of Americans at airports across the country. More than 6,500 flights were delayed and 1,700 canceled. In New Mexico, powerful gusts cause highway light poles to sway. Wind speeds hit up to 50 miles an hour in some parts of the country, knocking down trees and power lines. In Michigan, a Paw Paw volunteer firefighter died while responding to a downed line. And in Wisconsin, people worked hard to dig out more than half a foot in some areas. As much as 19 inches is expected to fall in Flagstaff, Arizona by Friday morning. They even got flakes in Vegas on Wednesday.
It's hailing in Pasadena.
And in Southern California, it hailed in Los Angeles County. Students at Pasadena Polytech got a lesson in winter weather.
It's currently about 16 degrees here in Minneapolis, but it feels a lot closer to the wind chill, which is hovering around 0. The snow is expected to fall throughout the afternoon and into tomorrow, possibly as much as 2 inches per hour. Christina Ruffini, CBS News, Minneapolis.
Well, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg toured the site of the toxic train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio today. He and the Biden administration have faced criticism for not coming sooner. 11 tank cars carrying hazardous materials were involved in the February 3rd derailment, which sparked serious health and environmental concerns. Residents have expressed frustration over the pace of the federal government's response. The National Transportation Safety Board is expected to release its initial findings today, and Norfolk Southern will be responsible for all cleanup related to the derailment. Well, the war in Ukraine is about to enter its second year, and Russia may be seeking help from China. That country's top diplomat met with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow yesterday. Putin said he is looking forward to a visit from Chinese President Xi Jinping. U.S. officials are believed to be concerned about China's closer ties to Russia. That's a look at today's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Up next on KOAM News at noon, England recruits bell ringers for King Charles's coronation. And later, we're making champion chili in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. A recruiting campaign is underway in Britain to find more bell ringers for the coronation of King Charles. The regal event is now less than 3 months away. CBS's Tina Kraus has the story from London.
Church bells have sounded for centuries as a symbol of celebration. And when King Charles III is crowned in May, ringers want every bell in Britain tolling.
We want to make sure that there are ringers for every church so that we can all ring out the ring for the King for the coronation.
Bell masters are looking for about 8,000 volunteers from across the UK. No experience needed, just a bit of patience to learn the ropes.
That hand stroke needs stretch and pull through.
17-year-old Freya is taking a break from her school exams to learn the ancient art.
I'd encourage younger people to really get involved with it because it is really enjoyable and you make lots of friends very quickly.
Janus van Helvert says there's something else quite appealing about the Ring for the King campaign.
Because he's such a great environmentalist and I'm an environmentalist too, I thought I'd come back and ring for the coronation.
Some of our beginners here today learnt because of the Queen's Jubilee and they wanted to be able to ring for that. And then a lot of them ran when the Queen died.
In less than 3 months, these new recruits will help ring in the moment the King and Queen Consort Camilla are finally crowned.
I'm excited about it. I can't imagine that I'm going to be quite ready, but I think I will. I hope I will.
Ready to help set the tone for a historic celebration. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
There are 30 to 40,000 bell ringers across the UK. That's according to figures from the Central Council of Church Bell Ringers. Still to come on the KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
Let me be the first to wish you a happy National Chili Day. No cards or parades, just a pot brimming with all sorts of goodness. Join us right here in the Test Kitchen.
But first, we are going to start to warm up through the weekend, and we're watching some additional rain showers. We'll break that all down when we come back. Well, as you may have noticed, it's considerably colder out there today than it was yesterday, but we've got a lot more sunshine out there than what we had yesterday as well. So we're a little bit on the drier side. Looking at the MoDOT camera at 32nd in range line, and you can see that we've got pretty decent skies out there. It's not looking too bad. And as we take a look at 7th in range line, looks good too. Mostly clear skies. You can see the edge of a stray cloud out there, and that's what we've been dealing with through the day. A few stray clouds here and there, otherwise not bad. Temperatures, on the other hand, are not so pleasant. 30 degrees, west-northwest breeze at 13, making it feel like 20 in Joplin. So we take a look at temperatures around the region. 24 Yates Center, 23 Iola, 27 Neodesha Chanute, 29 Chatopa, 30 in Miami, 32 Neosho Monette. We're sitting at 31 in Carthage, so much colder today than what we were yesterday, to the tune of almost 40 degrees colder for some of us. Speaking of 40 degrees, we're still on track to make highs upper 30s to right about 40 degrees across the area. Again, some of us to the northwest that are getting in on some of that colder air probably aren't going to make it out of the mid-30s through today. We'll have plentiful sunshine and we'll be clear as we head into the evening. And as we go into our late evening and toward the overnight, because we will be clear for the most part, that's going to allow us to get pretty chilly pretty quick. And we're looking at another pretty cold night, dropping back down to 25 degrees. So here's what we're keeping an eye on as we go through the next couple of days. We're looking at the possibility of some evening showers as we head into Friday. We're looking at the possibility of some evening showers as we head into Saturday, but temperatures starting to look a lot better out there. And then this is what we were talking about through the morning show that we're still keeping an eye on. National Weather Service, our friends over there, are fairly confident about severe weather, possibly a significant severe weather event, across parts of central Kansas and north central Oklahoma as we head into Sunday afternoon and evening. What is uncertain is what exactly will evolve as those storms move into our area. So they know there will be some supercells. They're expecting them to build into a pretty decent line of severe thunderstorms. It's a question of how much instability we'll have available, how much energy, essentially, will be available for the storms as they roll east. If we've got enough in place, those storms could hold their own as they get into our area very early Monday morning, and we could have some severe thunderstorms rolling through, say, about 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning on Monday. If we don't have enough energy, they'll probably begin to lose their strength, and then we'll just have thunderstorms rolling through. So one thing we're certain of is we're very likely to see some thunderstorms late Sunday, very early Monday morning, but there's still some questions as to whether or not they'll be strong to severe as they actually get into our area. So over the next few days, make sure you keep it right here to KOAM, to Doug Hetty, Sam Lane. We'll keep you updated on exactly what this is looking like, but just do be prepared for a rainy start to our Monday, because even after that, could get in on the backside of some additional showers through the morning before that starts to clear out. And take a look at Tuesday evening. Look at these temperatures. It's going to get nice pretty quickly. Let's take a look at how quickly it gets there from here. 45 tomorrow, mostly cloudy Saturday, 49. There's those evening shower chances. 64 Sunday, so much better. Then we're watching the storms, 62 Monday, and we'll stay in the lower to mid 60s as we head into the first half of our work week. However, we look beyond that. We get another blow from Mother Nature. We're cold on Thursday, maybe a wintry mix, 38, 42 Friday with some light morning snow. But worry not, the warm weather returns quickly again as we head into next weekend, and temperatures near 60 degrees. So the biggest thing that we're, again, really watching is these thunderstorms Sunday night into Monday, something we're going to keep an eye on out there for you. We're going to see the storms. It's just a matter of how intense they will or may not be.
All right. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see till we get a little bit closer.
Yeah, but in the meantime, it'll start to warm up, and even with evening showers, won't be that bad.
Yeah, we need warmer temperatures. All right, thanks, Chris. Well, stick around. We're making champion chili after the break. Well, stick around. We're making... Well, today's hearty one-pot recipe wins the grand prize. Howard shows us how to make his champion chili in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
A few weeks ago, I looked at my calendar as we started laying out recipes for the weeks ahead. I have to tell you, it seems like every other day there's some kind of holiday, whether it's official or not. Everything from Valentine's Day and President's Day to National Cheese Day and Employee Appreciation Day, just to name a few. But one that I really love is National Chili Day. So to celebrate it, I thought I'd share a chili recipe that's always a winner. In a large pot, we saute some ground beef with a couple of chopped onions, some chopped pepper, and garlic. Once the beef is browned and drained, we add a couple cans of crushed tomatoes, tomato sauce, a good amount of chili powder, and a bunch of off-the-shelf spices. Now we'll let this simmer until all the flavors come together. If only cooking for all the holidays was this easy. Serve this up along with your favorite toppings and go to town. To get the recipe, just hop on our website and search for what we call Champion Chili. I know you'll be glad you did. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found an easy one-pot way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
We can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Here's a look at our 4 state market prices.
Cold today. We'll start warming up progressively through the weekend. 45 tomorrow, 49 Saturday, 64 on Sunday. Evening shower chances. We're watching those Monday morning thunderstorm chances for you. Otherwise, we'll be in the lower to mid 60s for the first half of the upcoming work week. So we will warm back up at least for a few more days after we get through a couple of chilly days.
All right, what do we have coming up tonight at 5?
Well, at 5, February is Heart Month. More expectant mothers are diagnosed with heart disease. In Health Watch, one mother's advice for women and the warning signs to look out for. Plus, we're going to hear from a Freeman cardiologist about the importance of getting checked out if you don't feel well. And the city of Joplin's looking for nominations to honor those who invest in the historic preservation of the city. Hope you join us for those stories. A whole lot more, of course. It's all coming up today on KOAM News at 5.
All right, thank you, Dow. Thanks for joining us for KOAM News at Noon. We'll see you right back here at 5 o'clock.